Evan Spiege has a privileged upbringing because both of his parents were successful lawyers. He was accepted to Stanford University in the end to study product design, and it was at Stanford Spiege first met his eventual business partner, Bobby Murphy, in 2009. Evan Spiege was a first-year student, and Murphy was a junior, while both were majoring in mathematics and computational science at the time. Their first attempt at a side project was a website that was supposed to streamline the application process for college for high school students, but it could have been more successful. During their work on it, they realized that they worked well together as a team. Here is more about him. So let's start without further ado. Evan Spiege and Bobby Murphy decided in April 2011 to create a mobile photo sharing app, which was unprofitable then. Reggie Brown had the idea first. Brown was Spiegel's dorm roommate. Realizing that most photo apps at the time offered ways to make photos more appealing or trendy, they decided to do something new. They decided to make changes. This blog was developed to show our pals humiliating selfies and hilarious photos. Spiege explains Snapchat's origin in his first blog post. Thanks to Spiege and his small team, the first working prototype was ready the following summer. In July 2011, they put Peekaboo on the App Store. They realized that other users could take screenshots, which contradicts the app's primary goal. As a result, they created a warning that alerted users when someone took a screenshot of one of their images. The startup rebranded as Snapchat in September 2011. Evan Spiege contacted app users to learn how they used and enhanced it. He found that most app users were teens. Spiege switched Snapchat's focus from branding and marketing to technology improvements. This was more natural and cool. Snapchat on Android debuted in October 2012. In a year, they had online fame. By December, Snapchatters sent 50 million snaps daily. Snap CEO Evan Spiege thinks the metaverse is ambiguous and hypothetical. Snap is one of several social networking companies with smart glasses and an expanding hardware line. Its focus on the user experience sets it apart from Meta. Evan Spiege, CEO of Snap, recently explained why he chose to focus on the physical world over the virtual metaverse. He presented the $229 Pixie, a palm-sized selfie drone. It's too vague and speculative, he told The Guardian. Spiege told The Verge that businesses pitching the metaverse are talking about something that doesn't exist yet, in contrast to augmented reality, in which 250 million people use AR every day in just the Snapchat app. Spiege and Zuckerberg disagree on the metaverse concept but agree that augmented reality glasses will become widespread soon. Zuckerberg has called AR glasses the holy grail, and Spiege predicts that they will be the key to integrating computing into the environment around you. The actual world and the idea that people enjoy spending time with one another in the real world is where we are placing the majority of our bets, and the fact that computers have the potential to not only make that activity more enjoyable but also to bring more people closer. People will spend most of their time in the world because it's incredible. Instead of hypotheticals, we talk about our current goods, solutions, and how people use them. Snap CEO Evan Spiege is still waiting to sell his company. Evan Spiege, co-founder and CEO of Snap, is in charge of a company with a stock price that is falling sharply, competition from a much bigger company in the same industry, and painful layoffs. However, he is not ready to give up. Snap faces competition from a much larger company than it is in the same industry. At the Code conference hosted by Vox Media on Wednesday in Beverly Hills, California, Spiege stated to Kara Swisher and Scott Galloway, "When I look at the long-term opportunities in the industry, I genuinely think it's massive. I believe we are far from being as good as capable. Over time, the stock price has experienced both increases and decreases, and despite this, we have endeavored to maintain our focus in providing genuine value to our shareholders. The value of a share of Snap's stock has dropped by around 76% since the beginning of this year. The corporation laid off more than 1,200 employees, 20% of its workforce, the week before last. This was one of the most significant rounds of layoffs in the IT industry in the past few months. Additionally, the business decided to discontinue production of at least 6 of its products, including Pixie, a camera drone capable of flying independently. Spiege also faces significant competition from the social network company Meta, which invested $10 billion in AR/VR initiatives in 2017. putting it in direct rivalry with Spiegel. These ideas are comparable to those that Snap has been working on for a considerable time, with its spectacles, video recording eyewear, and other hardware developments. Spiegel stated, "What gives me a lot of hope is that, historically, investing a lot of money has not always led to long-term success in our industry, which gives him a great deal of hope." He also stated that the fact that a company's competitors have substantially more money does not guarantee that those competitors would be successful. "I believe that many businesses that spend a lot more don't need to make difficult choices." The author writes, "Snap is just one of the many consumer technology companies that have been severely impacted by recent inflation and economic uncertainty on a global scale. Additionally, recent changes to Apple's privacy setting have made it more difficult for social media companies to advertise to mobile users, which have also harmed Snap. Because of these factors, some of the most valuable organizations in the world, such as Google and Facebook, have stopped their hiring practices, which has led to layoffs at those companies. Nevertheless, the impact has been notably dramatic at Snap. A relatively less significant company overall has fewer revenue sources than its competitors. In addition, during the preceding year, the company hired more than 2,000 new employees, bringing the total number of people working for it to over 4,000. Despite the recent financial difficulties the firm has been experiencing, Snap has sustained healthy growth in its user base. The company now has more than 347 million daily users. The CEO, only 32 years old, will need to defend himself against the current economic slump and severe competition to continue doing that. After being questioned about how he manages to fulfill his responsibilities as CEO and being a father, Spiegel provided the following statement in response to the inquiry. Spiegel continued, "Because I, too, feel a great responsibility. I haven't found a magical solution or answer. Because I haven't stumbled upon a silver bullet answer or solution. I almost always have the impression that I'm being pulled in a million different directions." The tech billionaire denigrated virtual reality VR and said augmented reality AR is more immersive. Evan Spiege, Snap's founder and chief executive officer, is a minor supporter of the metaverse concept. On Tuesday, at a technology conference hosted by the Wall Street Journal, Spiegel stated that he does not want to spend any time in virtual reality. Virtual reality is the foundational technology that underpins Mark Zuckerberg's concept of the metaverse. Spiegel made the following statement about the metaverse. "The last thing I want to do when I go home from work after a long day is live inside a computer. AR is the technology that superimposes virtual features onto the physical environment." While Zuckerberg's firm, Meta, has been predominantly investing in virtual reality VR, Spiegel's company, Snap, the parent company of Snapchat, has been learning into augmented reality AR. In 2017, Snap introduced its first pair of augmented reality spectacles, known as spectacles. Spiegel stated that augmented reality is more immersive. A recent interview he gave to The Guardian saw him describing the metaverse as very unclear and hypothetical. Tim Cook, chief executive officer of Apple, appears to hold similar perspectives concerning the metaverse. Earlier this month, he gave an interview to the Dutch publication Bright, in which he stated that he is not sure the average person can tell you what the metaverse is, and that although the virtual reality is undeniably an immersive experience, he does not think you want to live your entire life that way. So, that's all for today's video. If you liked the video, click the like and bell button. We'll have another video for you soon. Take care until then.